whether
Mm-hmm.
it's social or the news media, it's
Mm-hmm.
negative.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in the
Earthquake,
world. Yeah.
earthquake, war,
Yeah. Yeah.
destruction, the economy falling,
Yeah. You
a
name
whole
it.
lot of things
You
happening.
name
So
it. Yeah.
people need to find something positive to focus on. And that's where we want to be able to outreach what we do to the masses to let them know, hey, that is happening, but that is not the end of it all. Your destiny, your purpose, your place in life is what you choose, not what's happening around you. You can make the difference wherever you are, despite the circumstance. It's just a change of mindset, a transformation from within. I experienced that. And that's the reason why I'm able now to share it in a manner in which I can put it together, provide the content, provide the value, and help make a difference in the lives of many people.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are watching or listening. This is the Holistic Monitor, and I'm your host, Nic Scogna. The Holistic Monitor is a wellness podcast featuring life energy research, health and wellness transformation, self improvement and empowerment, philosophy, spirituality, and now guest interviews as well. We look forward to your comments on our YouTube channel at Holistic Monitor, and you can also listen on the go with us at Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. And with that, let's get today's show started. Welcome to today's show. Our guest today is Andy Charles. He is a multifaceted individual with a wealth of experience and expertise that he draws upon. He is an entrepreneur, owning a protective service agency, and is also a minister of the gospel. As an inspirational speaker, singer, writer, podcast host, and life and development coach, Andy has a wealth of talents and skills. On a note for today's show, in the world there are many large-scale, devastating, and traumatic events taking place. War, natural and man-made disasters, to name a few. Many of these events are weighing heavy on me as I want to be helpful as I'm able. Using one resource, this podcast, I hope to shed light on the expertise of others to provide guidance and help, spiritual, mental, emotional, and when possible, physical help. If you find you are in need of guidance or help, it is my hope that the guests on my show can offer a hand, even if it's in the form of a small comment, that will ultimately help you to resolve and achieve what you need and want. These are just the beginning of challenging times, and finding a light on a dark path in whatever form can keep us on track and prevent us from missteps or misdirection. It is truly my hope that this show provides such a light for you. And with that, let's welcome our guest, Andy Charles. Andy Charles, a dynamic entrepreneur. You wear many hats as a protective service agency owner, a singer, inspirational speaker, minister of the gospel, and you have 15 years of coaching experience and 20 years of speaking experience. Does that sound like the game plan so far for you?
That sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah.
I think I know that guy.
There we go. Very good. Very good. Okay. So how did you get started with your path as far as, I'd imagine that perhaps your speaking and singing was part of your early life? It's something that came about early?
Yeah, I grew up basically in a family where there was a lot of talent. My father basically was the village crooner,
Hmm.
if I could use that term to
Yeah.
describe him. He would walk around with his guitar or ride with his bicycle, and wherever there was an event, a wedding, a birthday, he would just go and sing, you know.
Yeah.
My mom sings as well, but not so much. I have two sisters, they sing as well. And I kind of wanted to follow in the footsteps of my dad because he
Okay.
was also a minister of the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And the public speaking thing came really naturally because when I started to go to school, I got myself involved in theater.
Oh, okay.
And with the theater movement, it was a whole lot of public speaking,
Right.
poetry, prose, all that kind of thing put together. So I kind of rounded it off a little bit when I got, a little old, and I decided, you know what? I needed to do some music. I needed to do some voice training. I needed to up my game and up the level of my professionalism with regards to public speaking. And so I went to school, I learned, I got certified, and I naturally just put myself out there because I felt I had reached a point where I had something of value to offer, not
Right.
just a talent, not just a gift, but something that would inspire people, move people, help people to be transformed, to make certain positive decisions about themselves, about their lives, their
Hmm.
careers, and stuff like that. So it was a combination of all that put together and me finding out who I really needed to be in terms of my destiny, my purpose here. And of course, with the divine help of the creator, everything sort of came into place, and here I am,
That's
just
perfect. Yeah.
following the desires of his heart and my heart, which has connected
Yeah.
and is the reason why I do what I do today.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And where are you coming from? Where what country are you coming from?
Yeah, I'm from in the Caribbean, Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, just about
Oh,
1.4
okay.
million people, 7 miles off the coast of Venezuela. So we are
There we
connected
go.
to the South American continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice and warm down there right now.
Yeah, and it's carnival season, so things are hot and
Yeah.
steamy down here right now.
Oh, yeah. It's cold up here, but that's
Yeah,
great. That's
yeah.
awesome. Now, do you travel with what you do, or are
I
you
I have not
stationary?
I have not traveled for the past 2 years or so,
Oh, oh,
mainly
right.
because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
but
Right.
that is going to change pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes from there. But for now, I mostly do my stuff either hybrid or
Hmm.
virtual. Yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
much is virtual now.
yeah.
That's the way it has, really turned out, is it's all going to the camera, basically. Less
That's right.
outward and more, within the little studio or whatever you have.
Hmm.
Okay. And then coaching, is that kind of all part of it? All wraps up into what you do. Is it like outreach that you do into the community, or how do you work with the public as far as that goes?
Yeah. Okay. Well, coaching for me really started by accident.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself just being willing to listen to people and to kind of help them make decisions that they found difficult for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to kind of help them define what it is they really wanted to do, define who they are and where they wanted to go, find their purpose.
Right.
And I was doing that without the understanding of what a coach really was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about 25 years ago.
Okay.
And I reached out to people and they say, hey, you know what? You have this talent, man. You have this ability. Take it to the next level. So I started attending seminars and I started reading books and I started following people like John Maxwell. And I got to the point where I realized I had to become certified and truly understand all the fine logistics with regards to professionalism in coaching. And I did that. And when I joined the Lions Clubs International Association,
Mm-hmm.
I did a whole lot of holistic coaching through that organization.
Yeah.
Um, it took me to the point where I got an award from the international president just for my work with the membership.
Okay.
And then I knew that I had to take it even further. So I joined coaching.com through WBEX and I got my accreditation from the ICF and the ECCU.
Mm-hmm.
And it has gone to the level now where I'll be able to launch it into a professional sort of output with
Yeah.
my podcast. That is both of them, the breakout room and let's just read.
Yeah.
So it's not just a matter of serving the community, it's a matter of being able to create an opportunity for people to come to me
Right. Right.
and get that level of professionalism coaching from a life perspective or a personal development perspective. Those are the two
Mm-hmm.
areas that I specify in with regards to the ability that I have
Mm-hmm.
and the expertise and the commitment to help people just to get to a better place, to clarify what they need to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, hold their hand
Right.
and make sure they get brave enough to take that walk and to accomplish their goals and live a more fulfilled life. So it's out
Fantastic.
there,
Yeah.
and I have a couple of clients in the wings waiting, and a seminar coming up in the month of March. So things are
Okay.
beginning to solidify and take form
Right.
after the pandemic. I had to just cool things down during the
Yeah.
pandemic stage, but now that we are kind of coming out of post-pandemic uh, era, things are beginning to look a whole lot brighter and better. So I'm going with the flow.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. And so it sounds like in your life, coaching was kind of a natural, it was something you were already doing. It just kind of like, oh, let's get certified in something that I'm already naturally doing. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's great. And
yeah,
that is a lot of what you have to do sometimes goes out of that, which is like a marketing, approach where
yeah,
you have to like
yeah,
do, make the phone ring, basically, get people to actually come and find you. That's part of the deal, which is probably not the best part. The best part's working with the people and,
that's right.
helping,
That's right. Yeah,
but
yeah,
having to do the marketing portion of that definitely. So something a lot of people don't realize when they're getting into a business or a career path of sorts
yeah.
is that they have to operate all the different facets to make the engine go, to
That's
make the
right.
engine
That's right.
turn.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing, outreach. So you have two podcasts. Let's Just Read. Is that what it sounds like? Is it like a reading forum?
It is much more than that.
Okay.
The two words that I use to convey the message is enlightenment and knowledge.
Hmm. Okay.
The whole idea is to get people to the point where they want to take the time to read, to get the information that would bring enlightenment and knowledge to them, because we have a whole lot of information floating all around the place. Everything is Google, Google, Google. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
anything against Google, but at the end of the day,
Right.
when you need information to make a certain decision about something that is important in your life, you need to go to a thought leader or a
Mm.
source that has
Right.
shown that the information is viable, the information is practical, the information is useful. And 9 out of 10, that individual has been there, done that. So they are giving you that information from a place of reality, from a place of experience, and it's grounded, it's solid, it has been proven and tested over a specific period of time. So
Right.
I bring authors, writers,
Mm.
and persons who have used writing as a creative, part of their core competencies to push their brand out. They come on
Exploration.
my show.
Yeah.
We talk about the stuff that they're doing, the work that they're doing through their books and through their writing. And it makes a whole lot of difference because that approach now is more practical, and
Mm-hmm.
it addresses some of the challenges that people have with regards to taking the time out to read,
Right.
just to get information so that they can make an informed decision about
Mm-hmm.
important things in their life, whether it be career, your love life,
Right.
your business, your entrepreneur, you want to branch off to another level. That kind of
Mm-hmm.
people we bring on, even to the point of using your personal cultural background for things that would give the young adults the
Right.
opportunity to make decisions earlier in life and to avoid some of the mistakes that would cause them, stuff
Yeah.
like that. We put that all together on Let's Just Read, and the content is quite valuable to a whole range of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's excellent. That's excellent. Yeah, there's so much, and I love to read. There's not a lot of time to read, unfortunately. That's part of what takes a back seat in life is
Okay.
the you know self exploration through reading. But so much value in so many different books that are out there, and Google, of course, is a great way to find those books.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get a lot out of just writing. Just plain old
Okay.
writing for me is a really great way to express my thoughts and my
Hmm.
feelings, whether or not it becomes a thing or, anything like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Typing, like actually formulating on typing, isn't as good for me
Uh,
as actually handwriting, which is
okay.
I find very interesting. The
Right.
process of handwriting for me is a very uh, empowering kind of thing.
Okay.
But typing's good. It gets the thoughts out of the mind, but that's
Yeah.
about as
Yeah.
far as it goes. Well, that's really great. And how long has that podcast been going? Is that a new
Yeah,
thing
that
or
one has been going for about 4 months.
okay?
It's really new, so it's in the first season,
Excellent.
and we have a number of people packed in there. I have Leonie Altia coming on soon,
Okay.
and a couple of other people right now. I think one of the pastors, Pastor Bill, yeah,
Mm,
he's going to be on as well.
okay.
So yeah, we are gaining some momentum thus
Yeah.
far. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's a lot of fun. Something about doing, I guess it's conversational interviews on podcasts. It's just got a really great way to meet people and find out what people are doing and to share, of course. That's
yeah.
why I love doing it. Just get everybody's kind of perspective on it. And, you know, that's pretty cool. And what is the other podcast then?
Okay, the other podcast is the breakout room.
Yeah.
And in the breakout room, we focus on three things, three basic things:
Mm-hmm.
health, happiness, and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And we target people that are really stuck in between withdrawal,
Mm.
anxiety, and burnout.
Right.
Just don't know where to go, what to do next. Trying
Right.
to understand the conundrum that they find themselves in with regards to their lives, their marriages, maybe their careers, their social life. So many challenges that they are unable to make proper decisions about what is the next step, where they need to go from there, how to get clarity.
Right.
And so, what we do, we bring a whole lot of people into the episodes with a different set of information that is really practical and people can resonate with and say, hey, if that person went through that and look
Mm-hmm.
where they are now, then the same thing can happen to me. It's like a pattern of behaviors that you see
Right.
consistently over a period of time that you can identify with. It
Yeah.
resonates with you. You know that you are human because other people are displaying the same kind of things
Right.
that you have been challenged with, but they are also showing you how they got from one step to the next through a process, which is
Right.
important to understand. It's a process. So we bring people on who tell us about the process. And
Yeah.
the process brings value to you because now you have an opportunity to choose a way in which you can get out of that situation, get clarity, make decisions, and achieve your goals. And those goals are twofold. What we tell people is one, you need to have a vision, and two, you need to have a plan
Mm-hmm.
and be determined to put those two together and work through the process until you actually reach to the place where you know you need to go so that you can accomplish your goals and achieve a better lifestyle. So it's
Mm-hmm.
health, happiness, and prosperity in the
Yeah.
breakout room.
That's great. So it's kind of break out of whatever funk you're in and
Yeah.
find answers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I
it.
like that. And is that a long running one as well, or is that also a
It's in its
newer
third
podcast?
season.
Third season?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be one of your first then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. And as far as speaking, is that something? Are you kind of wrapping it all up into the podcast? Your work with as far as speaking, any singing or anything like that you're doing? Are we doing an entertainment
um,
show?
I am the go-to man when people need someone to, facilitate a seminar, a workshop, a
Right.
retreat. If they have an occasion, an anniversary, or any other occasion that they have, they need a keynote speaker,
Hmm.
the go-to person that they come to. This is really practical for me because I get the energy the minute I walk into a room and I know that these are the people that I have to form a relationship for the next 40, 45 minutes.
Right.
It gives me a sense of clarity. Do I get nervous? Heck yes, I do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that nervousness creates a certain level of energy
Yeah.
that I use and I draw from the crowd because the thing is, as a public speaker, you have to make the audience your point of focus.
Right.
It's not so much about what you know, it's
Hmm.
about what they need to hear.
Yeah.
So you don't have to compete, but you have to be relevant. Relevant to what? To what they need to hear. Because remember, people are investing their time.
Yeah.
And if they're investing their time, you have to show them that their time is so valuable that you have done all you needed to do and more
Right.
to ensure that you deliver, so that the experience that they have is something that they will always remember and cannot forget.
Right.
I understand that. And that is
Powerful
why,
impact. Yeah.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So impact is what you're looking for. And I am blessed. I believe it's my gift virtually. I think it's one of the more stronger aspects of my core competencies, because I take that also into ministry. When I
Mm.
minister on a Sunday morning in church, it's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing after what people tell me about the way I delivered, the
Right.
clearness, the message that they get, the time that we spend together. It's like just having a relationship with people. You
Yeah.
speak, they receive, and you have a connection.
There it is. Yeah.
I got to be careful with the singing part though, because you have this copyright scenario that you have to
Oh.
deal with.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the thing is, from time to time, when I get the opportunity, I'll go out there and I will help in a wedding or a special occasion, a birthday, as the case might be. But my
Mm-hmm.
main focus right now is transformation. So many people are hurting, so many people are confused,
Yeah.
and things are happening in the world, and it's distracting because when you turn on the media, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's social or the news media, it's
Mm-hmm.
negative.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in the
Earthquake,
world. Yeah.
earthquake, war,
Yeah. Yeah.
destruction, the economy falling,
Yeah. You
a
name
whole
it.
lot of things
You
happening.
name
So
it. Yeah.
people need to find something positive to focus on. And that's where we want to be able to outreach what we do to the masses to let them know, hey, that is happening, but that is not the end of it all. Your destiny, your purpose, your place in life is what you choose, not what's
Right.
happening around you. You can make the difference wherever you are, despite the circumstance. It's just a change of mindset, a transformation from within. I experienced that. And that's the reason why I'm able now to share it in a manner in which I can put it together, provide the content, provide the value, and help make a difference in the lives of many people.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And how do you balance your responsibilities as far as being an entrepreneur, a minister, a coach? What does like a week look like for you, or how do you kind of work all the different facets together?
I love that question. I begin my morning with devotions and then a little bit of self care.
Hmm.
I have some animals that I go out and I tend to, and I basically write down what I need to do during the course of the day, from
Mm.
items 1 to 6, 1 to 7, 1 to 8, 1 to 10, and I put a time frame: 1 hour here, half an hour here, 2 hours there. It depends on what I need to do. Some things will take priority over the others. But the important thing is to always make room for yourself,
Right.
self care. Despite the fact that you have to attend to a ministerial portfolio in church, you're involved in ministry, you have your podcast to do, you have your speeches to take care of. If you find a way to properly designate time in a specific manner to the things that you need to do and plan your day and stick to your plan,
Hmm.
but allow yourself enough time within to recover, you know, and that is what I do. So it doesn't become a burden for me, because folks ask me, how you do it? I mean, all this stuff you put together. I say, hey, listen, you have to organize yourself. And once you organize yourself and your time, your life is going to be organized as a reflection of, I call it the swan effect, and people probably don't
Mm.
understand this. When you look at the swan on the stream and you look at the upper body of the swan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool and calm and sedate. But when you look under the water,
Mm.
this bird is paddling to keep that poise and that calm structure that you're seeing.
Right.
For me, it's like that sometimes. I
Yeah.
do struggle sometimes. I get a little run sometimes more than I expect. Sometimes I have a little extra time that I didn't cater for, and then boom, the phone rings and I have to go off. But at the end of the day, what you have to do is you have to make time for self care, balance everything that you do, and you have to go back to the basics. One, get some exercise in. So I play golf and I play table tennis.
Okay.
Two, find some time to socialize with other people.
Right.
It helps not just to create that balance, but for your equilibrium later down the road when you get older.
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
don't want you
Yep.
don't want things like Parkinson's and all them
Right.
kind of to so at the end of the day, it's basically about me balancing my time and my commitment and prioritizing what I need to spend more time with because it's of more importance and more beneficial to everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that works for me.
Right. Right. Definitely. So it's quite a bit going on in a day. It sounds pretty
Yeah,
busy.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
It is at times. It is at
Yeah.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you said you're in Trinidad?
yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so how you're pretty close to the beach?
Yeah, quite
I mean,
close. Where we
I
live,
guess.
it's just probably about half an hour's time to the
Okay.
beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a lot of good healing just from the sound.
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
you're on like a wave side or I know certain islands don't have a lot of waves, but just the sound of the water,
yeah,
being out in the sun,
yeah.
nature, just being in
Very
nature sometimes
therapeutic.
could be
Yeah,
very
yeah,
therapeutic, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't know if you get a lot of time off from all the things, but
I,
to me,
I
I'd be
make
at the
the
beach
time.
quite a bit.
I make the time. You have to.
Yeah, yeah,
You have
you
to get
have
the
to.
balance in.
Right. And it is all about that balance of what you're doing, not letting one thing overwhelm you,
Yeah,
uh, you
yeah.
know. And as far as incorporating the teachings of the gospel for you, is it regulated mainly? You're doing a Sunday ministry, is that right?
Okay, well, I'm part of the church ministry involved in all the media aspects. I put
Okay.
together the ads, the posts that go out on the Facebook page and stuff, but I don't speak to the congregation every
Right.
Sunday. We
Okay.
share the responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes it so much more easier to manage.
Right.
But I'm involved in benevolence. That's my ministry. I spearhead that ministry.
Mm.
And the important thing about that ministry is that I have a team of people that work with me. So
Okay.
the thing that you need to do, the thing that you need to understand is you have to learn how to designate.
Right. Yeah.
Teamwork is better than one
It,
man working. Trust
very
me.
important.
Yeah,
Very
so that
important.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you have people with specific responsibilities, and then you come together, you have a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
you do your assessments and so on, and you do your projections, and then you take it from there. But you have to organize yourself in such a way that you have the support of people around you who are on the same page, heading in the same direction,
Right.
and believe in the same things that you do. And that is what we have. And so that makes it so much more easier because there's synergy when we come together. We get it done. We share not just, I don't want to use the word burden, but we share the responsibility
Mm-hmm.
of
The
fulfilling our
workload.
task.
Yeah.
It's like looking
Right.
at the Canadian geese.
Mm.
When they
Ah, yes.
travel long distances, they
Mm-hmm.
fly in a formation like this. But what you would observe is that over a period of time, the geese that's in front, I should
Mm.
say goose, geese is
Yeah.
plural.
Yeah.
The guy or the girl that's in
Yeah.
front,
Yeah.
you get me,
The
they would
leader.
fly there and then they
Right.
would go down the chain so that everybody shares the responsibility of taking all the forces of nature.
Mm-hmm.
So when they tire, they go back. And so the energy is cycled and regenerated. So by the
Yeah.
time they get to their destination, everybody gets there and it's the same amount of energy that everybody has used. So it's an awesome principle. But when you think about it, if we could work like that as people,
Mm-hmm.
as human beings, we can get so much more done.
Right. Right. It's a
And it makes,
collective approach.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that leader is a leader,
That's right.
but takes the back seat
Yeah.
because you can only do that so often, so long,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
The taking the brunt of the wind, that it has to be shared, and that's that. It is a flock. It's a matter of sharing the responsibility of the front and taking the benefits of those in front.
Yeah.
In a nice circular way. They can go for, I don't know, very long distances.
Very long
You know,
distances. They travel
and
really
it's
far. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in life, I would say we're definitely no person is an island in a sense.
Yeah.
Um, Although some of us may want to be, you know, or want to be on an island in the tropics, perhaps.
Yeah. 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 All of that. All
You're
of
right,
that.
right. But no person is all into their own self. Everybody has a connection to other people,
Yeah.
and I think that really good advice there. Learning to allocate, workload in certain directions to designated people that are
Hmm.
good at that,
Yeah.
whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Like I was saying with marketing, for your work, it might not be your favorite thing to do is to do get the phone to ring.
Yeah.
So you allocate that to somebody that has a passion for it,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
or naturally good at it.
Hmm.
And it's amazing, when you do pool people together, that everybody does seem to fall into a certain rhythm of what they're good at. Um, it is that idea that, much like with the geese, is that you don't want to have too many leaders all at once. You want to
Hmm.
have somebody taking charge,
Yeah.
but that same taking charge, you don't want to have it be 100%. The input from those around,
Yeah.
to collaborate with
Yeah.
people. That community idea is it's really powerful, and it's hard for people to get to that place where they're willing to let go of certain responsibilities and to give it to other people.
Hmm.
There's a lot of trust that you have
It's
to
a
have in that,
challenge. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's probably healing for that person to release the responsibility of, in this example, marketing.
Hmm.
It's a lot of work. But
Yeah.
if
It
one
is.
person's that's all they're doing and it's helping the greater good of the group and they're good at it and it doesn't tire them out as much, then that's great.
Hmm.
And if they need input from somebody else about online marketing or,
Yeah.
print marketing or something like that, it's that collaboration spirit to like kind of pool together resources, see who's good at what, and then to designate and allocate the resources for that person, just to kind of make the plan work.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do that with your podcast too? Is that something that you extend kind of through all reaches of your work?
I have two persons that work with me in the podcast,
Hmm.
but for now, it is not um, practical for me to exert too much
Right.
with responsibility to them with regards to what I have to do because the system that I have in place in terms of the marketing, the editing,
Yeah.
and the actual putting together of the podcast, I have specific days that I do specific things.
Hmm.
I don't allow one to overlap the other.
Right.
And that helps me to manage it better because if I do, like, say, 3 or 4 episodes for the week, then I
Mm.
would choose a specific time to edit those episodes.
Right.
And then I work with the different platforms to do the marketing. And that's another time. So if I
Yeah.
have to spend 2 hours on a Wednesday or a Thursday, you know,
Right.
I kind of not scatter it, but don't have it clashing or coming close
Hmm.
so that I don't feel that pressure coming on. Because
Yeah.
the minute you feel that pressure coming on, you tend to kind of pull back.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Been there, done that. I don't want to do that.
Gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in order to stay on top of things, you put that plan again. You have to plan what you're going to do. You have to have this specific vision. You need to just be able to strategize,
Hmm.
draw on the resources that you have, the people that are around you. And listen, when you put in marketing or anything like that or public relations into the hands of someone, that
Right.
person must have some sort of connection to you
Right.
because accountability is the name of
Right.
the
Have
game.
to. Right. Because what they say is what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Accountability. So you want to be able to share that responsibility with someone that is going to be an extension of what you are trying to put out there.
Right.
If they understand that, it makes a world of difference, you know? So I have found that, and it's working for me. And, at the end of the day, what I do, I just collate information, I pass it on, and they know what I need to get done, how I need to get it done. And that makes a world of difference to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's well, in when you're dealing with collaborative work, and that's in work. Podcast is definitely work. For me personally, I'm
Uh,
trying to restructure the way I do it. I was initially kind of going and doing it whenever I could,
ah,
and it without the structure. And I
yeah,
know better. In all things, having a grid or having a structured approach to it is best.
yeah,
Whatever kind of work it is, it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Initially, I was just trying to fit it in where I could, and the editing portion of it, the video portion of it, that was all adding a lot of time without
Yeah.
regulation as to how much it would take over in my
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah.
But my new approach is definitely much cleaner, where I'm trying to just drop on the same day and another day for side marketing, social marketing, that sort of thing. So it's taking up a lot less of the week to
Yeah.
do the work.
That's
And
right.
that was a learning process, like everything, in
Mm-hmm.
life. I stumbled. I tried it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I approached it. I approached to go, to do the thing and to make it work and to see how it would work, and fumbled and fell and uh, had some success and then not. And then I thought, there's got to be somebody else, and this kind of gets into that breakout, right?
Yeah.
That has done the same thing and maybe has some tips. And of course, then I went and watched a whole lot of YouTube videos on
Mm-hmm.
podcasting and all this development process just to
Yeah.
find who's been there, who's done it.
Yeah.
Why am I struggling? And that's in life. You stumble if you don't have that proper training. You stumble, you try to get through it. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Could it be better? In most things in life, I've found that having a guide, at least for the first part, just to set you in the right direction, is very important.
Yep.
And in this case, the same thing. So I basically tried to, build a piece of furniture that was called
Mm-hmm.
a podcast without the manual. And then I had to take a bunch of the screws out and,
Yeah.
get to the manual and read the manual and then
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I think it's really important when working with somebody to realize that maybe they've been doing that in their life. They've been,
Mm-hmm.
stumbling, falling, and getting into these pitfalls without guidance,
Yep.
without proper spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical guidance on
Yeah.
just how to live life. I've always said life didn't come with a book of how to live it. You
Mm.
need to find those that have already been through this. That is the book. The book of life is life, and it's people that have lived and experienced, and they've been there and done that. We're not given it. It's something that we need to find,
Okay.
but it's out there, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You can always ask somebody and say, "Hey, I see that you're building a boat. I was going to build a boat, but I thought maybe I shouldn't do it myself." You know, and there is somebody that has already done it, and maybe they've done all the stumbling.
Yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
somebody that's come before, that's been through an experience that likely it's very very few things that I've seen that people are doing that hasn't been done by somebody already, that they couldn't benefit, that they wouldn't benefit from more guidance, from the wisdom,
Yeah.
basically. Those
Yeah.
that have already stumbled and fallen, and but in all walks of life, in all places, it seems like that's the relevant thing, is to outreach, to reach to somebody and say, look, I need help. I'm in this position, I'm stuck, I don't understand. and then to get that hand up, the guidance, which sounds like that's what you do, which is fantastic, is
Yeah,
to give that
I do a
hand
lot.
up and to say, where are we going? Let's come on in, let's figure it out, and let's
Yeah,
get you going. Let's get you in
that's
the right
right.
place, in the right
Yeah,
direction,
let's just sit down and have a chat about it.
you know? And
I'm
that's
gonna
and
be
that's usually what it takes. It's just to get
yeah,
a little bit of,
just a talk.
focus.
Yeah, yeah,
Focus on what we're doing, where you're
and
going,
perspective. Focus
where
and
you've
perspective.
been.
Yeah,
Yeah, perspective.
yeah.
And that's good on guidance, counseling, um, coaching. I assume that's part of coaching. That's probably what they train to kind of work into the coaching program, is to say, you're working with somebody that is coming to you for advice, and this is protocol and how to approach that situation or that person. Now I don't know coaching, so that would be something you'd have to tell me. But
Uh,
I would hope that's what it
coaching
involves.
coaching is not coaching is quite different. It's unique.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
don't give people advice.
Hmm.
Neither do we give people counseling.
Okay.
What we do is we give them the opportunity to find the direction that they need to go in life. So it's about perspective,
Hmm.
it's about mindset, it's about attitude, it's about discipline, it's about
Hmm.
commitment, it's about allowing yourself to go through a process of discovery. And
Right.
sometimes you have to experiment with certain things to get there. But it's not about giving advice, no, it's about giving counseling. It's like having a conversation with someone. I am unbiased, no judgment. I'm the innocent party. I'm just listening
Mm-hmm.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would ask you certain questions based on what you are saying to me, because I want to find myself in the midst of your conversation and
Right.
understand why you are saying what you are saying, where you are coming from, what it is that you have experienced that is causing you to think this way or feel this way, and where do you want to go now from where you are, seeing that you are able to define how you're feeling, and you're
Mm-hmm.
able also to define what you want to do about the feeling. So I'm a facilitator. You basically get the opportunity to do all the work. I make you do that by asking you some powerful questions that points you in a particular direction and gives you the opportunity to open up. So you
Right.
have to trust the process, not me, the process. The process is one in which you speak, you open up, you cry, you shout, whatever you need to do. I listen. And
Mm-hmm.
then I ask you another question, and that would take you probably in a different direction. But at the end of the day, we agree upon one thing and one thing only.
Mm-hmm.
This is what my biggest take out is going to be out of this experience. At the end, I want to accomplish X. At the end,
Excellent.
I want to accomplish clarity. At the end, I want to accomplish the ability to make decisions. At the end, I want to be able to define who I am.
Mm.
At the end, I want to renew my relationship with my wife, my
Mm-hmm.
sister, my brother. At the end, I want to work hard to get that promotion that I know I need and I deserve. Now I feel better and more confident that I can go out there and do what I need to do to get that promotion because I have clarity. I
Mm-hmm.
know now what it takes from me, the attitude that I need to adopt, the mindset that I need to have, and the changes that I need to make because some people are stuck in their ways with limiting beliefs and habits that have
Right.
become burdens that they have carried for years. And when you get into that session and you begin to take them to that place where they can open up and speak and let it all come out, in the end, a sense of relief. You see it, you feel it, you know it. It's flooded through them. Their body gets lighter. The eyelids light up. They're smiling now because clarity is becoming a reality and they can now seize control over some of the things that they did not have control over and make better informed decisions about themselves going forward. And that's a sense of fulfillment that we seek to bring to people, valuable to them,
Mm-hmm.
particularly during our coaching sessions. So it's not about advice or counsel, but it's about creating that atmosphere, that opportunity for self discovery,
Mm-hmm.
clarification, and to enact the opportunity to have a vision that they would now go and pursue with confidence that they can actually accomplish what they need to get done in their lives.
Right. And do you work and so you on a physical level you'll give exercise routines, that sort of thing, food, nutrition. What kind of guidance in that regard to
Yeah,
accomplish those goals? Where do you
yeah,
start? You know.
yeah. That's a very that's a great question. Um, the important thing when you're getting into a session is to truly discover what my client or my coachee wants to really accomplish.
Hmm.
Why am I going through this process? Why am I sitting here speaking with you? What is the end aim in mind? What is the goal that I want to achieve? That helps me to guide them,
Hmm.
to allow them to choose to do the physical stuff, the emotional stuff, or even the spiritual stuff,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
coaching is holistic.
Right.
And that is why you have coaches that would be, you know, in specific areas. You need someone to help you lose weight, for example. Some
Mm.
people specify in that. There are coaches that would help medical professionals deal with their challenges. At the end of the day, they are so burnt out, they don't know how to approach the balance between work and home, one
Right.
always overlapping the other, you know? So
Hmm.
there are different genres or areas where you have coaches who would develop specific programs for people that would come in because they have a specific goal in mind that they
Right.
want to accomplish. For me, it's simple because I deal with it from a life perspective.
Hmm.
So I will touch a little bit on the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, and find a combination holistically, put it together, and give you the opportunity to do the work. Once you are willing to trust the process and do what you need to do, the benefits are there. But it
Yeah.
all depends on your willingness and your commitment and your discipline to work and to
Right.
believe in the process. Because what most people are looking to discover are already in them.
Hmm.
Layers of stuff from the past is covering it. They can't see it.
Right.
So they find themselves playing roles and not necessarily being functionaries. And that's what we
Hmm.
are supposed to be. We were born with all the ability and the strength and the resilience as a human being to overcome things.
Hmm.
But most of the times, because of limiting beliefs, cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, and so many other barriers, we find ourselves entrapped. And so you reach a point now where you need to find a way to release yourself. That inner being that you know has the ability to bounce back, to be resilient, to recover and re-energize and recalibrate. But we just need to know how.
Yeah.
And coaching helps people to find the how part.
Hmm.
How can I do it?
Hmm.
Well, take this walk down this path. I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to walk with you. But you tell me where you need to go and we'll do it together. All the processes that we go through will lead to the place that you eventually need to get to, but you got to believe in it. You got to be able to work it, understand it, and
Hmm.
most of all, believe that you have within you that ability to make the changes that are necessary to see the result that you want for your life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Now, do you do that work? You do it in person as well, or do you do on online coaching?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. I
So
do.
you do both.
Yes,
Yeah,
both.
I
Yeah,
know you do it in your life there. It's part of your everyday, but do you also do it online for,
I do. Yeah.
okay. And you have a goal of outreach, inspiring transformation for 30 million people. It's a
Hmm.
great goal. That's your target, right?
Yep.
And as far as, is this on the line of coaching or in general, the life direction?
Um, it's a combination of coaching and the speaking that I do, both public speaking
Okay.
and from the spiritual aspect. So
Okay.
it's a combination of those three put together. my core competency areas that I more focus on, that I desire to make a difference and just add valuable experiences to people's lives.
Right. 30 million's a lot of people. So
Yeah, I
that's
know. I know. But hey, there's over 8 billion people in the world.
yeah,
That's just
right.
you
Now
know,
we're working in percentages, right? So 30
yeah,
million's
yeah.
not that many in the whole, right? As the percentage of us grows and
Yeah.
more of us are here,
Yeah.
there's a lot going out in the world, looking out. There's a lot
Hmm.
going on right now, and there's always a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean,
Right.
like you said, you could turn the news on and just be blown away by all the different things that are happening. It's constant. And the
Hmm.
more cameras and the more connected everybody is, um, the more we know of, unfortunately, we know more of the bad because that's what gets the clicks, that's what gets
Yeah.
the
Un-
eyeballs, looking at it.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there is always a lot of heavy stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of good stuff that's happening out in the world too. Um, I find that it's through the bad that sometimes we can find those good things, even if they're not reported on. Sometimes they are because you just need some levity to the depth. And I think about something like the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. That's just a massive, massive upheaval for people. We're just completely displaced. It's a lot of loss and a lot of directionlessness and a lot of doubt and fear. But through that, I think, sending messages of hope and inspiration and guidance, resources that coaches have, resources that thought leaders have, that they can bring to bear to help in whatever way can be helped. A lot of times, starting from with trauma, you start from the
Hmm.
top with
Yeah.
spiritual guidance and help,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
help people kind of know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel in
Yeah.
that frame, that there is hope at the end of the struggle, that there is
Hmm.
a direction that can be taken that will
Hmm.
lead to a beneficial life, a positive life, um, a new direction, a new start. It's a lot. It's a lot for people when they have a massive amount of loss or a lot of trauma in their life to know that life goes on.
Yeah.
That's part of the resilience of the human spirit is that it just
Hmm.
adapts and keeps going. I liken it to a tree. A tree can get bruised. It can go through forest fires. The next year, it's still going and it's still growing, and there's layers upon layers being added to that trunk.
Especially if it's cedar.
Yeah, it'll just keep going, right? Some of the oldest trees, I think, are cedars, right? 5,000 years old, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, do you do any outreach as far as conflict or larger trauma or traumatic events like the earthquake? Is this something that you would look to do to bring your message, to bring your abilities to bear on people in need like that?
Yeah. I think it was a couple of episodes ago. I had someone on. I think it was Laura Brennan Ballet,
Hmm.
and I did speak specifically to the people in Syria and Turkey with regards to the struggles.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I realize in life is that you can't predict what your future is going to be like.
Right.
Tomorrow is not something that you can hold up and foresee in a mirror or a dream or something. You may have a goal, you may have a vision, and that's good, that's healthy. But to actually predict in detail what is going to happen, that's non-existent. We
Right.
just don't have that ability. So sometimes in life, when you get hit, like they say, from left field, you just didn't see it coming, and it hits you. You are totally displaced. You're disenchanted. You're disillusioned. You are stressed out. You're frustrated. And you're always asking yourself sometimes, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why did this have to happen to me? And sometimes people say, well, why now? I mean, I'm just recovering from something and then boom, I get hit with this. One of the things that we can do, and sometimes it's hard, it's challenging, but one of the questions that we need to ask ourselves is, okay, so this happened, I had no control over it, it's a done deal. The earthquake took place, nobody could have stopped it. It happened, it destroyed, it took lives. That's a reality.
Right.
The question is, how do I come to terms with this reality?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to live with it, I have to deal with it, but I have to move on because it was an instant that it happened, and it's going to happen again, maybe some other time, maybe 50 years from now. I don't know. We
Right.
don't know. But what is my reality? And so there are three things. One, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So that in
Still here.
itself, that in itself is one reason to hope.
Right.
Two, I have the opportunity to live and move and have being. And three, I can start all over again.
Right.
Now, it takes a particular mindset to get to that place. But that is what I tell people in situations like that they need to do. Don't think about what you have lost, think about what you have
Mm-hmm.
and place value on what you have because it could have been worse. Thank God it is not. You are alive because there's a reason for you to be alive. There's something still that you need to accomplish, that you need to do, that you need to achieve, that you need to attain. And that's the reason why you're still alive. My belief is that every individual that was created is an investment that God made on planet Earth for all of us
Mm-hmm.
because we were all here put together to support and help and make each other's lives a whole lot better or a little more easier, depending on what perspective you're looking at. So
Right.
at the end of the day, think of it that, hey, I survive, I've got life, I've
Mm-hmm.
got my limbs, I have my senses about me. I may not have much resources, but what I have is what men have used for centuries to create resources. I can
Right.
rebuild and come back and I can do it again. And this time, better
Right.
because
Right.
I'm starting with zero.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if we can do that, it makes things a whole lot better, but it
Yeah.
also makes things different. What's
Right.
done is done. Let's move on. Let's rebuild. Let's re energize our desire to live and see how we can now get to a place where we can be better than what we were before.
Yeah. It's powerful. Yeah. A great reset of sorts in your life.
Yeah.
It could be an opportunity. It doesn't have to
Yes.
be a curse, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Could take you somewhere good for
That's
sure.
right. That's right.
Yeah. I've been drawn to, offer what I do in my services, to people in Turkey and Syria to, help in any way
Yeah.
that I can from
Yeah.
from a distance, which,
Mm-hmm.
is very limited because what people need in the moment, you know, gets really back to the core basics of life. So that what they really need now is the basics of life, food, shelter, clothing,
Mm-hmm.
security,
Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Gets really, really basic, really fast. It's on a massive scale too, so it's thousands and thousands of millions of people, I believe, that are
Mm-hmm.
displaced. So it's
Yeah.
it's just a big deal. Much like
Yeah.
war is a very
Mm.
displacing factor, an aggressive force coming from a different direction that changes what's going on in life. But that's I feel like if when you have the resources and developing the skills or have the skills to be able to do those things, I feel like that's a calling of sorts. That's like, it's there. It's a potential for a
Yeah.
calling. And it depends
Yeah.
on what's going on in the world. And we just had a big toxic waste disaster not too
Oh
far from,
yeah.
from me
Yeah.
here
Yeah. Yeah.
upstream, which is never a
Yeah.
great thing.
Yeah. I was
Um,
following that on the news. Sad.
yeah, yeah, it's wild. And that's just one of those things that if I moved, I would probably move to another location that also had a spill. Do you run away? You know what I mean?
Uh,
Yeah. So kind of work with what you got, where you're at, the
Yeah.
best you can, and
Hmm.
move forward from there.
Yeah.
And it's something else. But you have a very inspiring approach and direction. And I hope you hit that 30 million people in your outreach. That's definitely a great goal. Very easy to
Yeah.
do on YouTube.
Yeah. It
And do you
is.
have a YouTube?
I do. I
Okay.
do.
That's where you have the
I'm
podcasts?
on all the I'm on all the platforms.
Okay.
My podcast is on YouTube. I have an Instagram page. I do some stuff on Twitter, LinkedIn, and then on Apple, Amazon, Google, all the other platforms, Spotify, my podcasts are on. So I'm reaching the people.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll link to you have a website?
Yeah.
We can
It's
link to the website.
www.andyspersonaldevelopment.com, www.andyspersonaldevelopment.com. That's my
Perfect.
preferred website. You'll find
And
all the platforms there, all
yeah,
the resources, all the information.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
great. So I'll link to those in the podcast and onto the YouTube channel as well.
Right.
And then, when do you put out your shows for the breakout room and let's just read?
I do one episode per week for both podcasts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, let's stay busy.
No, but
Staying busy.
I enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just brings me to a place where I am constantly learning,
Yeah.
and I'm meeting these wonderful people and building relationships. So to me, that is more beneficial than um, just going through the motion. I look for something that I have not seen before. I listen to hear something I have not heard before. And every time I do a podcast, something new comes to me. And I'm just grateful to God for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's giving you the opportunity,
Yeah.
to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's fantastic. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast today. I really appreciate it.
Thank
You
you
had a
for
great
having me,
message.
Nick. I appreciate you
Yeah.
inviting me.
Yeah.
I
Like
enjoyed it.
like to see you get to 30 million. So we'll, put it out there and see what we can do.
Yeah. I appreciate that as
Yeah,
well.
most
On
definitely.
both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Absolutely.
we,
Well,
we
now,
can
and
complement.
I do a lot with books.
Yeah.
We have life energy research books,
Uh-huh.
and I've written a few myself. So if you
Okay.
want me on your
Okay.
show, you just let me know.
I will.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
will look at that and we'll hook it up in a time. And so
Excellent. Yeah.
I'll reach out to you.
All right. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nick.
Yep. Have a good day. Yep.
Yeah, you
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye. Thanks a
See
lot.
ya. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.